Meet Steve. He is 45 years old. At 2 in the morning, while the world sleeps, Steve is staring into the abyss of his own financial reality. From the outside, Steve looks like the ultimate success story. He has the big house, the luxury SUV, and the respected title, but his heart is racing. The blue light of his phone doesn't lie. Behind the suburban dream is a bank account that is gasping for air, barely covering the interest on his debt. That expensive house is not an asset. It is a giant debt shell. It is a beautiful cage that is slowly suffocating Steve's future and his peace of mind. The car, the lawn, the lifestyle, it is all built on a foundation of shifting sand. Are you living like Steve, maintaining a facade while drowning in secret debt? I am John. Today we are going to perform a brutal financial autopsy. No sugarcoating, no false promises. Just the cold truth and a survival roadmap for you. If you are 45 and feel like you are running in place, you are not alone. But the time for comforting lies is over. We need to act. Mathematics does not care about your feelings. At 2 in the morning, the math becomes a judge, jury, and executioner for those who ignored the warning signs. Today we break the cycle. We are looking at the math of your life to ensure that your 50s and 60s are not spent in quiet desperation. The media loves to tell you that the average net worth for your age is high, but average is a mathematical lie designed to keep you sleeping. If I put Jeff Bezos in a room with a raccoon, the average wealth in that room is billions of dollars. But the raccoon is still hungry. The raccoon still has nothing but trash to eat. This is how the average works. It hides the reality of the struggling majority behind a few giants. Stop comparing yourself to the mean. Look at the median. That is where the real world lives. And for most people, that reality is incredibly frightening right now. Statistical averages are laundered truth. They wash away the struggle and give you a false sense of security while your actual savings are spinning down the drain. Most of your net worth is probably locked in the bricks of your home. You cannot eat those bricks. You cannot use them to pay for medicine. When you retire, having $1 million home but zero cash is a nightmare. A house is a place to live, not a liquid asset for your survival. We have been trained to value the shell over the substance. We buy things to impress people we don't even like, using money we don't even have. Your home has become a shell that is too heavy to carry. It is consuming your income, your energy, and your ability to save for the future. Time is the one resource you cannot earn back. Every month you spend overpaying for a lifestyle you can't afford is time stolen from your older self. Don't let the average trap you. The math of the crowd is a sedative. Wake up and look at your own numbers before the fog becomes permanent. Stop the video right now. I'm not joking. This is the moment where you decide if you want to be safe or if you want to pretend. Take a deep breath. We are about to do a forced audit of your life. This is the part that hurts, but it is the only way out. Open your banking app. Look at the total. Don't look away. Face the number that has been haunting your sleep for the last few months or years. Scroll through the debts. Look at the interest rates. See how much of your hard-earned life energy is being siphoned away by banks and credit companies. Now do the real math. Take your total assets, subtract the value of the house you live in, and subtract every single penny of debt you owe. That number is your real net worth. That is the actual amount of money you have to support yourself through 30 years of retirement without working. Is that number enough to let you sleep? Or does it feel like a cold wind blowing through a very thin coat? Be honest with yourself today. For many, their retirement plan is like an old, broken Corolla with a failing engine. It might look okay from a distance, but it won't travel. Stop calling your broken car a private jet. Stop pretending that it will all work out without a radical change in your behavior and your choices. The gap between where you are and where you need to be is a canyon. We can bridge it, but only if we stop lying about the depth. At 45, you are standing in the hallway of your peak earning years. But look closely. The doors of opportunity are beginning to close one by one. Each year you wait, a door slams. The window for compound interest to work its magic is narrowing. You no longer have the luxury of making mistakes. The sand is moving faster now. In your 20s, time was an ocean. At 45, it is a river rushing toward a very high and dangerous waterfall. Look at the difference. Investing at 25 is a gentle breeze. Investing at 45 is the uphill battle against a hurricane. The math is much tighter. That abyss is the cost of delay. It is a form of self-inflicted financial violence. You are robbing your future self of every moment you hesitate now. Steve is standing at the gate. He can feel the weight of the iron, the light is fading, but it is not gone yet. There is still hope. The math at 45 is unforgiving. It doesn't care about your excuses or your bad luck. It only cares about the capital you deploy right now. Everything is tightening, your energy, your time, and the market's tolerance. You have to be more disciplined than you have ever been in your entire life. That tiny sliver of light is your path. It is narrow, and it requires you to drop everything that is not essential to your survival and your growth. Don't just stand there and watch the light disappear. Every second you spend in shock is a second you lose in the fight for your future. The door is almost shut. But almost isn't finished. You have exactly enough time to squeeze through if you start running right this very second. This is the roadmap. It is not pretty, and it will not make you popular at cocktail parties, but it will save your life and your future. First, we kill the ego. Cross out the luxury lifestyle. Stop pretending you are rich when your bank account says you are actually just one paycheck away. We replace the ego with practical minimalism. This isn't about deprivation. It is about choosing freedom over furniture and security over a fancy zip code. Step 1. Liquidate the dead assets. If it has wheels or a motor and you don't need it to survive, sell it. Turn that metal into capital. Step 2. Shrink the shell. Sell the big house that is eating your income. Move to a smaller, cheaper place. Unlock the equity before the market shifts. Step 3. Attack the interest. Every dollar you free up from your lifestyle goes straight into high-yield assets or paying off toxic high-interest debt immediately. Steve sold the giant house, the shell. It was painful to watch the neighbors stare, but for the first time in 10 years, Steve could finally breathe properly. He moved to a smaller place. The lower taxes and utility bills felt like a massive pay raise. He stopped working for his house and started living. The extra cash was poured into a diversified portfolio. No more gambling, just steady, aggressive contributions to rebuild what he lost during his years of sleeping. There are no fancy dinners or luxury vacations in this phase. This is the emergency room of your financial life. You must endure the pain now. There is no retirement on the beach for you yet. But by doing this work now, you're building the foundation that makes that beach possible later. It is 5 in the morning now. Steve is no longer staring at his phone in despair. He has a notebook and a clear written plan. He is writing down the numbers. The real numbers. He knows exactly what he needs to sell and exactly how much he needs to save every month. He takes a deep breath. The fear is still there, but it has been replaced by a sense of mission. He is no longer a victim of math. The sun is rising on a new chapter. Steve has woken up from the dream of average and stepped into the reality of his own potential for change. Steve has started his journey. What about you? Are you going to keep sleeping while your future burns away? Or will you join us in reality? Take action before the gate closes completely. Start with the truth. Don't let the flash of middle age distract you from the reality of old age. I am John. This has been a hard conversation, but it is the most important one you will have this year. Your future self is counting on you. Don't let the math of the crowd be your destiny. I will see you on the other side of your action. Start now and stay focused.